Okay.
scan. Yeah. Okay, so Brian is on the SAKA-mini and gets you turned around. So I mean, that's the SAKA-mini that a lot of people like. You can attach the bungee behind your shoulder. You can put it on your harness, whatever you do. Brian does it on his wrist. You take comfortable steps. As he goes up the rope, you can adjust the length of the tether. Makes a great rope walking system. But it's not back to that original SAKA that so many people like. And so without affecting that load-bearing member, because this tether, Brian's going to stand on this again. And in fact, for just a moment, take your foot sender off. And all of his weight right now is standing on the tether of the SAKA-mini. So if he wanted to go up, he's got to bring that up. So without doing any changes other than...
Let's stay loaded.
I mean, yep, you are loaded. Let me take this bungee away from you now. All right. So wouldn't it be cool if we could turn this right back into a SAKA, original SAKA, without affecting that load-bearing member at all? So go ahead and attach this to... We'll put that on here. Doesn't really matter.
Work perfect.
Let me do it just on your regular harness right there. So now we are back to the original SAKA, and obviously it was not on any kind of a load-bearing member. And so now we're back to the double bungee that everybody liked in the original SAKA.
Ta-da!
Just like that, without any load-bearing
I like it
member.
better because you can make the whole tether longer.
And now we can adjust the length of the tether if it's a child.
which I personally like.
If it's a child, again,
you can change
that
out colors.
separates, and you can shorten the length of this,
And that
and
you can have
shorten
different colors.
the length of this, and with the different color, it just goes right on there, and that's not part of the load-bearing member. So what I'd like you to do again is stand on the tether, stand on the SAKA-mini, have all your weight on there, and we are going to go. Right now he's on the load-bearing member. So now the SAKA works. It goes up the rope. I can't go. Yeah, I might give you a little bit. So it goes up the rope. He's still on the load-bearing member. Okay, stand on that completely. And now the SAKA is not affected the load-bearing member at all. Nothing.
Do it.
So we will be back to the original SAKA, but even a better original SAKA because it has more versatility. You can have a SAKA-mini, you can have the original SAKA, you can adjust the length of your tether, you still use the original foot loop. I think it's a great
That's a done
step,
deal.
a great step forward.
That's a done deal.
That's going to pack down the lights.
I am, yeah,
here.
so if you want, you can still fold this up, put it in your pocket.
Can I see that?
Yep.
Let go of it,
don't have a
Richard.
mini one
Jesus,
yet?
I knew
You
you
can
invented
still
it.
put
The minis are great.
everything in there.
I would love this, dude. Like,
Now you can get one of those on top of it, maybe.
I'd like to introduce you to what we're calling the SAKA-mini-MAX. It comes from the patent pending SAKA-mini, and some of the innovation comes from the patented original SAKA. It comes in the red and the black, and it also comes in all black. So let me take it apart and show you how all of this works. A lot of people like the SAKA-mini because it is so easy to fold up and storable. Again, the tether is completely adjustable so that any stride can be achieved. The bungee is very stretchable, so there's all kinds of configurations people came up with for using that bungee, including putting it on your wrist. Some people will put it over their back. And let me point out, if you're using this, you be sure to use PPE, because if something comes loose, you don't want it popping you in the face, especially if you're going to do something like this. So you get a great stride doing that. The bungee is so stretchable, it doesn't actually move across your shoulder while you're taking your strides. I've seen people
just take it and actually put it around their waist. So we'll remove the super stretch bungee that comes with the SAKA-mini, and we'll attach now the double bungee stiff tether. Attaching the double bungee stiff tether is very simple, and if you're adjusting the length of the buckle and such, there's a little Velcro strip. You can tidy up that tether with the Velcro. So we can tidy up that tether with the Velcro, and also, and I'll show you in a moment, tidying up the bungee if you're going to shorten it up. So now you have the stride that comes with the original SAKA, and you can still lengthen it if you like. It comes with 2 carabiners. Some people like the larger one, some people like the smaller one. You can clip it on your wrist, clip it on your chest harness. You can shorten the tether, and all I do to shorten the bungee is you just pull it through the retaining tube. There's a small washer on there to help keep things together. And we'll put just a slip knot on there, and I'll show you how to daisy chain the rest of that and get it out of the way, and store it with that Velcro. So now the bungee is in the short configuration, and I still get a reasonable stride even attached to my chest harness. The great thing about this now, and in the improvement that we've created, is now we have the advantages of the SAKA-mini in that even with the double bungee stiff tether, I can still adjust the length of the stride. I've always stated that it's like walking upstairs, and anybody with a reasonable leg length, as long as you're not a 2-year-old or whatever, you can walk up those stairs. But there are times when you might want to run, or you might want to run up the stairs. In that case, you might be taking 2 or 3 steps at a time. So the SAKA-mini-MAX allows you to do that. In a regular working environment, day in and day out, you don't want to be running everywhere. But if you're going to a competition, or if you need to pick up your pace a little bit, there may be times when you want to lengthen your stride, and the SAKA-mini-MAX will allow you to do that. Right now, I'll lengthen the stride. Okay, so now I've taken and I've actually lengthened the stride for the SAKA-mini-MAX. And I can get that much, if you can get your legs to raise that far, you can get that much step. And I've shortened the bungee, or I can lengthen the bungee. Right now I just have it tucked away. But I can get a huge stride. Now I'll take the bungee and I'm going to shorten it. Say, for example, you had a small child that wanted to use the SAKA-mini-MAX. So now I've actually taken the tether and I've shortened it beyond the bottom of the double bungee stiff tether. So you can see the tether can extend, the bottom of the tether can extend to the clear to the bottom of the boot if it was desired, and get a reasonable stride for a small child or a smaller step. So this is the SAKA-mini-MAX with the tether in a medium position. There's a little Velcro strip right here to help take that tether and keep it tidy, or keep the bungee tidy if you're going to daisy chain that away. So now you get that much stride right off the top of the ascender, or if you want to lengthen things out. Here's a couple storage options. I'll just take the carabiner, put it through that loop on the top of the ascender. So another option I'll see if your bungee is fairly shortened is take and attach it to the D on your tree motion or your lower D or whatever you have there, and then bring it back around. You can attach it to the other side of the D, and then it's just basically wrapped around your leg. Sometimes I'll wrap it on the bottom part of my D. It stays out of your way. You can face it either direction. Makes it easy to reach out and attach it on there. Another option is to take accessory attachment, or even on the part of your D, come around and attach it to another part of your accessory, and then it just stays in your back. If you have other things going on here and it hangs down a little bit, that can be a bit annoying, so you might want to tighten it up a little bit depending on where you attach it. So there's all kinds of places you can store it. When I'm getting ready to go up, I'll pre-attach the loop to my foot, and then I'll put this just someplace where it's convenient. For right now, I'll put it on my D. It's convenient for me when I walk up to the rope. I'm pretty much ready to go. And the procedure I use for starting my rope walking is, I climb with gloves, I'll put my foot ascender on first. I'll take a couple wiggly steps. Kind of helps. I don't have any weight or anything hanging on my line. I'll take a couple wiggly steps and get that rope to fall through my ascender, my foot ascender. And then once I've done that, I'll sit on my hitch, kind of make sure everything's holding. And while I'm doing that, I'll take my knee ascender and attach that, and then proceed to walk up the rope.